Hi everyone, it's Steph and welcome to another video. This is the first video in a set of 12 from now till the end of December, where I explore towels inspired by the 12 days of Christmas. To find the images that I wanted, I used the new AI image generator, which is part of the software that I use for my video editing, with some pretty funny results. This one looks like he's got a mohawk. I tried a few variations to try and get different images and ones that I thought I could use in the videos. Somewhere along the line, pears became apples and the birds became hawks or eagles, but I ended up settling on this image, which I think is really pretty, even though there's no actual pears in it. So for colours, I chose a chocolate brown, a dark green, an ivory, a light yellow and a dark yellow. The light yellow is a little bit greenish. I took a black and white photo of the colours to see if there was high contrast, and there was. So I thought about a contrast design such as the log cabin. I didn't want a whole towel of the log cabin, so I kind of did, I don't know what, I think it's called a lover's knot at the edges, at the corners, to give it a little bit of interest. This mini version of the log cabin is really easy as a colour and weave pattern. All of your hard work goes into your warping and your threading. So here you can see you do a light, dark, light, and then two darks, and then a light, dark, light, two darks. And then just repeat that in the weft, exactly the same as you've got it in the warp. And voila, there's your pattern. Because I'm using 8/4 cotton single in a 12.5 dent reed, I'm just warping up as a single pull, so 2 threads through each slot, and then I'll organize the threads how I want to when I actually do the threading up. Because I've got, I tried to make sure that I've got 2 of the lights and 2 of the darks around each other. So that was just a matter of making sure that I had the right number of threads of lights and darks when I warped up. I'm using my 60 centimeter Ashford rigid heddle loom. I think that's 24 inches. And the width that I'm warping up is 45 centimeters, which I think is about 18 inches. So here are the stats. I'm using 8/4 cotton, single in a 12.5 dent reed. You can substitute this for a 12 dent. I'm doing 3 towels. Each towel is 74 centimeters long, which is around 30 inches. And the total warp length is 2.5 meters, which is around 2.7 yards. I've done a little bit longer just to make sure that there's sufficient for waste and errors. Here I'm winding on using my new warp tensioning device. Happy to say that the actual tension of this project was perfect. The threading part here can be a little bit tricky, but what you need to remember is that all of the colours go in your holes, not your slots. So I've just popped a little diagram here of the iWeave It software that I use, and you can see all the number 1s are the slots, all the number 2s are the holes. So just be careful when you're threading as well that you don't cross any threads behind the heddle, because you will then have some tension issues. As always, just tie on with some scrap yarn and make sure that your tension is even once you've got that all tied up. And now for my favourite part, weaving. The first towel I just did one repetition of the colours down the bottom and one repetition at the top of the towel. Leaving plenty of room for hemming at the tops and bottoms of each towel. I then just use the red yarn to separate each towel, which means I don't waste too much yarn. When I do towels, I always tend to do 3 at a time on the same warp so that I get to keep 1 and then I've got 2 to give away as a nice set. For all 3 towels, I don't do them the same also. I like to do each one not matchy-matchy, but more like a coordinated set. So on this second towel, I decided to double the pattern at the beginning, at the end, and the end of the towel. For the third towel, I actually used the brown as the main weft colour. This actually deepened the green into a bit more of a foresty, deep forest green, which was actually really nice once it was all washed up. Again, I just did the single pattern at the beginning and the end of the towel, but for this last towel I just used the yellow, the brighter yellow, instead of using all of the other colours. To finish the towels, I wash them on a gentle cycle in my machine, and I just use a little bit of dish soap, which I find is really good for towels because it gets rid of any machine oil or anything like that from the yarn. I then zigzagged the ends and either side of my red separator yarn, and then hemmed the beginnings and ends of the towel, and all done. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. If you feel that you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you're comfortable, please subscribe so you don't miss any more towels as they come out. Thank you as always, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season with your family.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.